Father of Zach Bonahoom, who's running for city clerk, and we're just going to have a little bit of a program where you get an opportunity to hear Zach tell you a little bit about his vision for the city clerk's office. Before we get to that, we were going to ask all of the candidates that are here to come on up and take a seat. We have placed name tags on the chairs for you. We've started with the mayoral candidates on this side, and it works its way around 1st, 2nd, 3rd district, all the way to the at-large candidates on this side, and we put it by ballot order, just so you know we weren't playing any favorites. We're putting you all right there in order. I also want to take a minute to thank those of you that have taken a little time to come out here on your Sunday afternoon and let you know that one of the keys to our election season is to get people involved and to get them out and vote. And Zach's campaign is still looking for volunteers. We have people here who would be happy to take your names down or names of your friends. If you're willing to help out with this campaign, we can always use more help. And when you're out talking to your friends, hopefully if you're impressed with Zach or any of the other candidates up here, they'll all tell you that the best way for them to get votes is for you to go out and talk to your friends and invite them to get to know them and to vote for them. So if each one of you can talk to 4 or 5 people, and they talk to 4 or 5 people, that goes a lot farther than trying to get all these campaign dollars and run commercials and run ads and do everything else. It's just a matter of the people getting involved. So that's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman who has agreed to be my son's campaign chair, also happens to be the Allen County Recorder, and has done a fantastic job as the Allen County Recorder in really bringing us into the 21st century from where we were. We are a leader in the state with respect to where we are from a technology standpoint in our recorder's office. You can go to the website and you can get anything you want very easily. It's very accessible, and it's due 100% because of what John McGauley has done during his years in office. So he was, we were thrilled when Zach asked him and he agreed to be his campaign chair. I know he's got some things to say about the clerk's office. So I'm going to introduce John McGauley and let him introduce Zach, and we'll take it from there. So John McGauley.
Well, the first question that's probably come to your mind is, with this auspicious group of people here, why in the world are you listening to the county recorder? And I'm really happy to be glad to be in a room where at least one person knows what I do. Thank you, Joe. You're listening to me, at least here for a minute, because for the last 8 years I have had the distinction of being the answer to a political trivia question. Who was the last person to run against Sandy Kennedy? Yeah, you got it. I brought a souvenir today from that campaign because it still holds true today. This is one of my campaign t-shirts from 8 years ago. And the more important thing this says is not McGauley on the front of it, but it's time on the back of it. That's what it said 8 years ago, and it is still time. Because since the current occupant of that office walked in the door 28 years ago, time has stood still. It is an island of paper in a digital world. It is an ocean of no when the answer needs to be yes. It is a culture that believes the best way to bring downtown back to life is make it as hard as possible to park there. It's time. I have to remember that one the next time I'm around town. It is time for somebody to come back and take another shot at proving to people that there's a better way to do it. So I've traded up t-shirts. Don't worry as I start to unbutton here, there's something underneath this. I traded up t-shirts and I got me one of these. So Zach, you can have the blue one here. Thanks. You know, a lot of people look at Zach and wonder, is the choice between a 22-year-old and a 70-something-year-old the way to go? 50 years ago this week, a 26-year-old man by the name of Yuri Gagarin became the first person to orbit the Earth. He was 26 years old. Space flight proved to be a pretty good thing. We've been doing it ever since. It didn't take somebody who was maybe a little bit more advanced in years to do it. So let's not listen to the argument that maybe he's too young. The best innovations that are remaking the world of the 21st century, folks, are coming out of dorm rooms, not boardrooms. The most amazing people in this world, the Mark Zuckerbergs of this world, the people that brought you Microsoft, weren't 70 years old when they did it. They were in their 20s. Zach Bonahoom is in his 20s. I have listened to the things this man said, and I am hoping that you elect him city clerk, because it is my intention to start stealing all of my good ideas from him. I can tell you, as somebody who holds an office that I believe is the county parallel to the city clerk's office, that these are the front doors to local government. These are where people who desire so strongly to be educated citizens of our community go to get their information. When you want to find out what the city of Fort Wayne's doing, you don't go to the mayor's office, you go to the city clerk's office, because that's where you're supposed to be able to get easy access to information about what's going on, what's been done. And it is, as I said a minute ago, an island of paper in a digital world. Do you think that in order to find out what happened last Tuesday at City Council, you should have to go down and sit in Sandy's office and watch a VHS tape? I don't either. Neither does Zach. Both of us are the kind of people who've been studying these offices long enough to know that they're not as boring and not as low profile as people think they are, because they are the front doors to local government. Your access to information, your access to what's being done with your tax dollars needs to be easier. He understands that. That's why it didn't take him long to talk me into being his campaign chairman. I want the job, and I'm here to tell you that he wants the city clerk's job because he knows what it can do. It's not a birthright for the Democrats. It is something that we need to have the opportunity to take a shot at, to show people what can really be done. We've been doing that in the recorder's office for the last 4.25 years, and I so look forward to having a partner in, I don't want to say in crime, that sounds bad, but a partner in innovation, somebody else there to show people that you deserve more for the vast amounts of tax dollars that you put into local government. Your access, your desire to be smarter citizens should be easier. It shouldn't be something that feels like a roadblock, a brick wall, something to discourage you from participating in your government. I am here to tell you that this is more important than we've ever thought it has been. It's more important than it's ever been before, because people in numbers higher than ever before are checking out on participation in government because it's just so hard. And it's our job, the people who are in this room, the people that Zach's out talking to give us a shot. It's time to take another shot. It's time for me to no longer be the last guy that ran against Sandy Kennedy. Let's put together the team, the campaign that's going to put together the Republican to be the first person to beat Sandy Kennedy. I look forward to being a part of that.